Hello friends, got a new toy to play with today, so I'm pretty excited actually. This is the Seesii pole saw, which actually has a little hand saw too that I can use, battery operated. I've actually got 2 batteries also, which is very cool. There's nothing better on a large property than having something battery powered, because it's just gas is a problem. I get really annoyed with it, and corded is not an option. So battery powered is the way to go. Look at that, it's already charged up. I'm gonna go take care of some low-hanging limbs around the property today, and I'm gonna take my little post and I'm gonna take my new pole saw for a ride. So thank you very much, Seesii, for my new saw. Got to learn some things about it, so I'm going to pull out the user manual, learn a few things, and then we'll cut some limbs up around here. How's that sound? Better than sanding a window. I was getting so sick of sanding that window. I told Lane, I cannot sand that window anymore, and I know people are getting sick of me watching doing it. She said, well, go cut some things with your new pole saw. I said, yes. So that's what I'm going to do. This thing comes with all kinds of goodies. So I got these sweet glasses that it comes with. Comes with a pair of gloves. It's got 2 batteries, like I said, and your charger, which actually plugs in here, which is interesting. But that's cool. You got an extra chain, a little screwdriver, and this extends a good distance here. Let's see how far it extends. Let me look. So this particular saw extends up to 10 feet. It's a pretty good distance, especially you take a little 6-foot ladder out there and you're really up a good distance. It's got this, let's see, I'll show you this. You can adjust where the head of this goes, so come around on top of stuff. I like that a lot. I haven't really seen that in a pole saw. These are your easy to use adjustments here for the pole. Very easy. I like that, and I like the fact that you can take off this top part here and just use it as a little electric hand saw too. So let's go cut some limbs down. Wow, that was really nice. Dang, went through that fast. That's through, this is a magnolia tree, and they are very dense. Definitely battled these a few times in my life, and that was really quick. Let's try this real quick. Man, I like this thing. I needed this in my life. Now, if you just want to use this as a hand saw, just attach the top part. I'm going to take the battery out of this one, even though I've got 2 batteries. Put your battery in where that was mounted on the other, and then you can just use it as a hand saw. Nice. Me and Bean, we're just taking a little evening stroll back on the back 40. Beans, you guys smell some stuff, buddy? Yeah. It's kind of interesting in that when we bought the property, the tree line came out to like here. We actually had a guy come in and remove trees about 10 feet back. You can kind of see how the grass is just now starting to grow back there. So like right there. So he pulls up the trees by the roots, which is crazy. He's got a machine that just pulls them up and takes them away. And the plan is eventually to go on back to kind of the crest of this hill at least and clean all this out. We'll leave all the big trees but just clean out all the underbrush. So we'll just have a little more sight line, be nice and pretty back here. Give another place for Bean to roam around. His little legs can't take him all the way around anyway. Bless you. Hey, buddy. Beans. Beans. Are you cute? Everybody thinks you're cute. Are you? Yeah. So that's the parlor. I am in the dining room right now. So these are the last windows that Lane did. These two here. And I just wanted to show you real quick because I walked through here and just saw, and I hope it translates to video, how much wavy glass is in these. Is in the two. Is that even broken? Yeah, that one's broken at the bottom. See where it's broken? That Lane saved, but look at the beautiful play in those panes. So that's why she went to all that trouble to save that. This one down here is fantastic too. I don't know if this is coming across or not, but and then this one at the top, it's got a bubble in it right there, which is always fun. And so, I mean, that's why she worked so hard to save these, because when you walk through, you don't see broken glass. You see all those beautiful waves. I think it was worth every minute of it. Of course, I didn't have to do it, but I think she thinks that too. So I'm walking around kind of doing my Sunday assessment before we get going again tomorrow. So these don't look fantastic, but what these are the stops that go on the inside of the windows. And these are all old boards again, as you can see from all the nail holes and burn spots. And you've got obviously a place like this that we're not going to be able to use, but he just went and cut these long boards, and then we will figure out which ones are best to put. So we'll have, those are about 6 feet, I think, on the sides, 6 feet, and then 3 feet here and there. And we need all of that. So we will cut those down as needed. Now that the floor is done, I may move Eddie to that while I continue to work on this other window. But then these will be way more solidified. Is that a good word? No, it's a terrible word. Well, let me show you why. So I'm in the living room now. I'm going to show you where these go and why they're there. So on the inside of this window, you have a stop that's like this one that's outside of this one. So it is the exterior stop. Then this is called a parting bead. Keeps the bottom window separate from the top window. And then you have an interior stop, and that's what we're putting, that's what we're putting here, the interior stop. And that keeps the window from doing this. So it will stay in place and ride up and down in the channel that it's meant to be in. So you've got to have all those 3 parts to keep the window in place. So I still have to put them on all of these. Now, I'll show you here in a second, but the tops of these already have their interior stops. And I think we've got it on most of these windows, so we'll just match up to the sides on those. But it's going to be way more solid once we get those in. And it won't take long at all to cut those down and put them in. But that's kind of the last step. You know, obviously we have to paint all those things and put the locks on them, that kind of thing. But I mean, that's pretty much a done window after that. So this is what I was talking about. You can see that bevels out to an edge. So we would 45 another stop that goes into that, runs down the side of the window here. So we do have them on most of the tops of these windows. We just left them in because you don't really have to have those to take the windows out. So we just left those in for now. So a beautiful day here at Hope Farm, and the humidity's actually low. It's not that hot. This is getting nicer weather where we're not sweltering all the time. But it's beautiful here. Didn't rain today. We actually don't have rain in the forecast for a while, but everything is still nice and green and lush. And we will see you guys again tomorrow. Okay, bye.